back here at the studio talking with Grand County and coach, but the Grand County Commissioner, Merrit Linke. Now, Merrit, your job is a lot more than just trying to get from out of the county into the county. We've talked so far about a couple of the highway projects.
That's right.
So what are some other big issues that I know it's a pretty diverse plate you guys have in front of you?
Probably the biggest issue that we have in front of us right now is all the water issues. You know, most of those agreements, the CRCA, the Moffett Firming, the Windy Gap Firming project, those agreements have already been signed. And now we're really just in the implementation process there, which there's some studies going on.
You hit a lot of things that I'm sure a lot of people don't quite know.
Yeah.
But you're going to see a lot of bumper stickers out there that say Save the Fraser River. And that's where locally a lot of people, the water starts with the Fraser River. And
right. And I think I would like to take a stance of let's go beyond the bumper sticker. Let's actually roll up our sleeves and get out in the river and do some work. And I think that's what some of these agreements allow for us to do. There's the WISE project, Water Infrastructure Study, I don't know right, the WISE project, but actually that gets some money back to Grand County so we can actually do some projects.
Level with me real quick. So we got a 60-inch base, give or take, right now. Sometimes we'll close with a 100-inch base.
Right.
Where's all that water go? Why is that not enough? I mean, we're not a big county. You know, don't we have enough drinking water from?
We have plenty of water here for us, but the problem is, and this has been the problem for 100 years in Colorado, is that 80% of the water is on the west slope, but 80% of the people live on the east slope. So that's the reason.
So this isn't all going to the Pacific Ocean, like in theory, you know.
In theory, it doesn't go naturally to the Pacific Ocean. I mean, that's how it naturally goes, but that's not how it actually goes now.
So what are they doing? Denver pools this water in reservoirs and then brings it down?
There's the Colorado Big Thompson project, of course, is part of the system, and the Moffett Tunnel, of course, alongside the railroad grade is how a lot of water goes to Denver into the Denver system.
Goes through,
pipeline through the mountain.
I wouldn't have any guess at how much.
6 miles long tunnel, and then of course the Adams Tunnel at Grand Lake is part of the Northern Water Conservancy District that brings water to Laramie County and the northern part of the state.
So what are some challenges we're having right now?
Well, a lot of the challenges are how to maintain existing Colorado water law, water rights, but yet still keep our rivers healthy, keep our trout healthy, keep our ecosystems healthy.
For us is a huge part of our tourism.
Right, it's a huge part of our tourism. Keep our lakes clear. So that's the challenge that we're struggling with. And in the process, as a commissioner, I sit on the 1177 roundtable. And 1177 refers to, I believe, House Bill 1177 that was created some 20 years ago that sets up all the basins into groups to develop water policy. And the mission of those groups at this time right now is to develop language and policies in the governor's initiative that he put forth of the state water plan. And that is going to become the document, probably a living document where there's probably ongoing changes. But that's going to become kind of the guidebook on how water goes through.
How cooperative? I mean, I know the money of the state is in Denver. I mean, that's just where the people live, where everything's going. That's, you know, is it a battle with them? Are they working with you to try and protect those same waterways, or do they care? You know, that's
a really good question. I think probably 20 years ago, if you would see Denver water as the enemy, but I think there's probably a different outlook on that nowadays, and I believe that Denver water is a lot more cooperative than they used to be. They're willing to work with the western counties because that's where their water comes from. And I think the reason for that is probably public driven, in that people realize that the benefits are statewide to keeping our rivers healthy, keeping our trout alive, keeping our ecosystem all healthy.
You have to look at I-70 on a Friday or a Sunday and you'll know why. Because,
that's why. People come here
coming,
and they don't want to come to see a dried up, shriveled up county. So they want to see healthy things going on here. And I think people, even Front Range people, see the benefits of keeping Grand County water healthy. And I think that's our big challenge, is how we can make that work and keep.
Absolutely. And this time of year, it's hard to really even realize it because you look into the rivers and they're gushing right now.
Oh, yeah, they're running like crazy. That's right.
So you brought a rope. After you're done here, I think we might step outside and you might show me how we're going to rope this. What do you call this?
We call it a steer.
The steer, okay.
It's a roping dummy.
Yeah, the roping dummy. So we're going to step outside and check that out.
Yeah.
But before that, we do have a low door frame. You might hit it on the way out. Are you going to run for another turn?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the low door frame there, because I am fairly tall, 6'5", and I do hit my head a lot. And that probably explains a lot in terms of why in the hell is Linke doing that kind of thing. You know, so that probably answers some of those questions.
Yeah, great way to hide from the question. No, with that, Merrit, thanks so much for being on the show. We definitely want to have you on again because we didn't even peck the surface of what we could talk about with the county and with your history there. But thanks so much for being on the show. Always
Thanks
a
for having
pleasure.
me on.
And then I'm going to step outside and let's huck this rope a little and see
All
what's
right,
going on.
we'll see what's going on.
All right. Like different things you get, or just different? Yeah. Oh, I'll roll it all the way. I got you. Okay. Pretty close. Pretty close. All right.